What's up, everyone? Big news on the Luka Doncic front, and it looks like we're finally closing in on the much-anticipated contract extension. Sources suggest that Luka is set to sign a massive deal with the Los Angeles Lakers next weekend, around either the 2nd or 3rd of August. The plan is for Luka to fly over to the United States to officially put pen to paper on this huge contract, then head back to Slovenia by the 4th of August. That's right before Slovenia kicks off their training camp to prepare for the upcoming Eurobasket competition. Now this whole situation was basically confirmed by the Slovenian head coach, who let some details slip. No surprise there. From what we understand, Luka's extension will be a 4-year $129 million contract with the Lakers, a deal that will keep him tied to the franchise through what should be some very interesting years ahead. The timing is key here because it aligns perfectly with Slovenia's schedule. Luka is expected to wrap up all his obligations in the U.S. before joining the Slovenian national team for their prep. This deal is particularly noteworthy for a couple of reasons. First off, the numbers: Luka is set to make about $57 million a year, which is the max allowed under the current NBA rules. Remember, his path here wasn't straightforward. After being traded from Dallas, Luka lost out on a chance to snag a supermax contract. That trade cost him a chunk of what could have been an even bigger payday, but now he's back on track, securing the bag with the Lakers. The fact that Luka is signing this extension early is interesting in itself. It shows a level of commitment and security he's locking in his future with the Lakers before heading to play for his national team in Eurobasket. There had been chatter that maybe he'd finish his season in Europe and sign later, but this early move puts those rumors to rest. Securing that money now makes sense. It's about financial stability, peace of mind, and not leaving things to chance. The length of the deal is what really gets people talking. Initially, many expected a 3-year deal with a player option in the 3rd year. This would have allowed Luka to opt out and chase a bigger contract later on, but now word is it's 4 years straight. That changes the dynamic quite a bit. The details aren't official yet, so take it with a grain of salt. But if true, it means the Lakers get more runway to plan around Luka's prime years. What does this mean for the Lakers in the bigger picture? It buys them time more than originally expected to recalibrate. Once LeBron James eventually steps away, LeBron's departure is looming, and the Lakers need to figure out their next steps, whether that means chasing another star or developing their roster around Luka. A 4-year deal means they have that luxury, more wiggle room than a 3-year deal would have provided. Another layer here is that if Luka does have that player option in the later years, he could still opt out and negotiate a new bigger contract after proving himself even more. So from Luka's perspective, this deal might come with a little discount now in exchange for more flexibility down the road. It's a strategic move for both sides. From the Lakers' perspective, it's a bit of a win-win. They're locking down one of the brightest young talents in the league for an extended period, without having to worry about Luka walking away anytime soon. That security lets them breathe and map out their future more clearly. There's also the potential to make some bold moves in free agency or trades, knowing Luka is the cornerstone they can build around. One intriguing thing to think about is how this deal impacts the Lakers' roster decisions over the next few years. The Lakers might not feel the same rush to land a superstar immediately after LeBron leaves, because they have Luka locked in for the foreseeable future. That said, finding complementary pieces to build a contender will still be a priority, especially if they want to keep pace with the top teams in the West. When we look ahead to 2026, the free agent and trade market isn't loaded with clear stars who would perfectly fit alongside Luka. The biggest names that might have been available, like Jaren Jackson Jr., have already extended with their teams. So the Lakers may find themselves in a position where patience is necessary, biding their time until the right opportunity rises. There's also always the wild card of trades. Players like Giannis Antetokounmpo or Nikola Jokic could potentially be on the move if their situations change. It's rare but not impossible. The Lakers need to stay nimble and ready to act if a star of that caliber does come available. LeBron's future is another piece of the puzzle. Rumors have swirled about his retirement plans, especially with his son Bronny now coming into the league. Some speculate that LeBron might want to chase a chance to play alongside his son, either by staying with the Lakers or moving elsewhere. It raises fascinating possibilities about family legacy, loyalty, and what LeBron's final seasons might look like. Interestingly, the likelihood of LeBron sticking around might be tied to the team's success. If the Lakers win a championship this season, that might encourage him to continue for another year or two. chasing back-to-back titles and cementing his legacy further. Conversely, if they fall short, he might consider stepping away sooner. This contract extension with Luka then adds another layer to all those considerations. It's a vote of confidence in the franchise's direction and a clear signal that Luka believes the Lakers can win multiple championships. That's a huge statement of intent. It also puts pressure on the Lakers front office. Now that Luka is locked in, they can't afford to rest on their laurels or become complacent. The goal should be to maximize this window, build around Luka, and chase championships aggressively. If Luka's contract really is that 4-year deal with the rumored figures, the Lakers essentially get him at a slight discount for a year or two, compared to what he could command later. That's valuable cap space that could be used to bring in other key players or shore up weak spots on the roster. All this said, there's still some uncertainty around the exact terms. Until Luka actually signs, details like player options, no trade clauses, or bonuses remain speculative. The contract might include performance incentives for making All-NBA teams, MVP awards, or playoff success, potentially pushing his earnings even higher. Regardless, this extension represents a critical moment for the Lakers. It shows Luka's commitment to the team and gives the front office a clearer path forward. The challenge now is turning that promise into championships, so keep an eye on how this unfolds. The official announcement could come any day now, and once it does, everything changes. The Lakers go from speculation mode into action mode, and the league will be watching closely. What remains clear is that Luka Doncic is at the center of the Lakers' future, and his decision to extend signals big things ahead. It's an exciting time for basketball fans everywhere, and especially for Lakers supporters dreaming of the next title run. Now diving deeper into what this Luka Doncic extension could mean for the Lakers long term, it's essential to consider the broader implications, not just for the team, but for the entire NBA landscape. Luka's deal isn't just about the money or years. It's a sign of how much the Lakers are willing to commit to building a contender around him. By securing Luka for 4 years, the Lakers are essentially stating their faith in him as their franchise cornerstone, the player who will define the next era of Lakers basketball. This isn't just a contract, it's a declaration. The timing of this extension couldn't be more significant. Luka signing before heading to Eurobasket gives the Lakers clarity heading into the offseason. They know who their guy is and can plan accordingly. This is particularly vital because the Lakers have a number of tough decisions to make over the next couple of years, especially around roster construction and salary cap management. Having Luka locked in allows them to avoid scrambling for answers and instead focus on complementary pieces that fit his game and the style they want to play. One aspect that often gets overlooked is the psychological boost this provides to the Lakers organization and fanbase. When a star player like Luka commits long-term, it sends a message across the league that the Lakers are serious and stable. For the players already on the roster, it's reassuring. Everyone wants to know the franchise's direction and feel confident that their star is not going anywhere. For potential free agents, it makes the Lakers a more attractive destination knowing that Luka will be there leading the charge. It's also a win for Luka himself. By securing this deal, he removes any uncertainty about his immediate future, allowing him to focus fully on basketball and representing his country. Without distraction, the Eurobasket tournament is a huge stage, and Luka will be able to participate knowing that his NBA situation is locked in. This peace of mind can only help his performance both internationally and when he returns to the Lakers. Considering the contract's rumored length and financial terms, the Lakers might be getting Luka on a slight discount relative to what he could command in the future. This kind of strategic negotiation is smart business. Luka is young and already one of the best players in the league, so locking him in before his next big leap in earning potential protects the Lakers' cap flexibility. It also means that the Lakers have a chance to build a roster around him that's capable of competing at the highest level for several years. Of course, the flip side is that the Lakers will need to be diligent in their roster moves. Luka is a unique talent. He needs players around him who can complement his skill set, space the floor, and help defensively. The Lakers front office now has the task of identifying the right mix of veterans and young talent to surround Luka. This might involve pursuing versatile wings who can defend multiple positions, sharpshooters to stretch defenses, and a strong interior presence for rebounding and rim protection. Another interesting dynamic is how this contract impacts the Lakers' plans concerning LeBron James. LeBron's career is winding down and his future remains uncertain. Whether he stays for one more season, two, or decides to move on sooner, the Lakers now have a clearer picture of their long-term foundation. Luka's extension means the team can plan for a smooth transition from a LeBron-centric team to one built around Luka's talents. That transition period is critical. The Lakers will need to manage expectations and maintain competitiveness as the roster evolves. It's worth noting that the timing of LeBron's potential departure will influence how aggressively the Lakers pursue other stars. If LeBron stays another season or two, there's a chance the Lakers will continue to chase immediate contention by adding veteran talent. If he leaves sooner, the team may shift toward a longer-term rebuilding and development approach, focusing on maximizing Luka's prime years. The landscape of available stars in the near future also factors into this. As previously mentioned, the 2026 free agent class isn't loaded with clear-cut stars who would fit perfectly alongside Luka. Most of the high-profile young players like Jaren Jackson Jr. have already extended with their teams. This scarcity means patience will be crucial. The Lakers will need to hold onto their assets, scout diligently, and be ready to pounce when the right opportunity rises, whether through trades, free agency, or the draft. There's also the unpredictable element of player movement in the NBA. While superstars like Giannis and Jokic aren't expected to be traded lightly, circumstances change. Injuries, contract disputes, or shifts in team direction could open the door for a blockbuster trade. The Lakers must stay alert and nimble to take advantage if such an opportunity presents itself. Turning back to Luka, the contract's rumored structure, 4 years to $129 million, may include a player option in the final year. If so, this gives Luka flexibility to reassess his situation after 3 seasons. Should he continue to improve and elevate his game to even greater heights, Luka could opt out and seek an even more lucrative deal. That possibility keeps the Lakers honest. They'll need to build a winning culture and competitive roster to convince Luka to stay beyond this contract. In terms of incentives and bonuses, the contract likely contains clauses rewarding Luka for individual and team achievements. Awards like MVP, All-NBA selections, and playoff milestones often trigger significant financial bonuses. These incentives motivate Luka to keep pushing at the highest level and reward excellence on the biggest stages. For the Lakers, it's a way to structure the deal to align Luka's individual success with team goals. This contract also speaks to Luka's maturity and understanding of his career trajectory. He's already one of the best players in the league and is setting himself up to be a franchise icon for years. Signing a deal of this magnitude early shows a level of professionalism and long-term thinking. Luka's willingness to commit signals that he believes in the Lakers' vision and is ready to lead them to championship contention. From a fan perspective, this extension should be incredibly exciting. It means the Lakers have their superstar locked in during his prime. It gives hope that the team can build around him and compete for titles consistently. Of course, winning championships is never guaranteed, but having a transcendent talent like Luka under contract for 4 years increases the odds dramatically. The Lakers front office will now be under pressure to make smart moves to capitalize on this opportunity. They have to balance cap space, draft assets, and player personnel decisions carefully. Adding the right complementary pieces will be critical. Whether it's veteran leaders who can mentor young players, sharpshooters who can spread the floor, or defensive stalwarts who can guard multiple positions, the supporting cast around Luka will dictate how far this team can go. It's also interesting to speculate on how this affects the broader NBA power dynamics. Luka's extension reinforces the Lakers as a major player in the West, a team with the potential to disrupt the current balance of power dominated by teams like the Nuggets, Warriors, and Suns. Having Luka locked in means the Lakers are positioning themselves as a perennial threat for years to come. LeBron's eventual retirement or move will mark the end of an era, but Luka's arrival and now this extension signal the start of a new one. The torch is being passed and the Lakers' future looks bright with Luka at the helm. It will be fascinating to watch how the team evolves and what kind of legacy Luka can build in Los Angeles. Ultimately, this contract extension is more than just a financial commitment. It's a statement of intent for the Lakers. It says they believe Luka is the franchise's future and are ready to invest accordingly. For Luka, it's an affirmation that the Lakers are the right place for him to continue growing and competing at the highest level. As the official signing day approaches, anticipation will only grow. Fans, analysts, and the basketball world will be watching closely to see how the Lakers leverage this extension to build a championship-caliber team. The next few years could define not only Luka's legacy, but the future trajectory of one of the NBA's most storied franchises. So while the exact details remain to be confirmed, the big picture is clear. Luka Doncic is committed to the Lakers, and the Lakers are committed to Luka. Now it's all about translating that commitment into on-court success. The clock is ticking and the Lakers have a golden opportunity to craft a new dynasty around one of basketball's brightest stars. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on, in a move that has ignited a firestorm of speculation across NBA circles, LeBron James has once again found himself at the center of a Lakers-rated controversy. The four-time NBA champion was caught liking a social media post that explicitly called for the firing of newly appointed Lakers head coach J.J. Redick, raising eyebrows and fueling talk of unrest within the locker room. While it's unclear whether the like was intentional or just another case of social media mishap, the timing couldn't be more delicate. Redick, who was brought in amid much fanfare and with LeBron's reported blessing, now finds his early tenure clouded by whispers of discord, and the King's subtle social media gesture has only added fuel to the fire. Sources close to the team suggest that LeBron's like has created a ripple effect among players and staff. Some in the locker room reportedly see it as a public sign of dissatisfaction, while others view it as a misstep being blown out of proportion. Regardless, the post has created division within the roster, with players now caught in the uncomfortable position of choosing between loyalty to their new coach and alignment with the team's superstar leader. Adding to the intrigue is the fact that LeBron has a history of subtle digital signals, likes, unfollows, cryptic emojis, often seen by fans and media as passive-aggressive messages to management. While he has yet to make any public comments about Redick's performance, this latest action speaks volumes without saying a word. Is LeBron losing confidence in Redick, or was this simply a rogue tap on the screen that's being taken out of context? In Hollywood, every gesture becomes a headline, and this one might just hint at trouble brewing beneath the surface. Whether this becomes a full-blown power struggle or fades as another overblown social media moment, one thing is certain: the Lakers drama is far from over. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news, subscribe to our channel, and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.